So let's move on. A few stories I want to get to still. This is really strange. John Boehner's office cut off the C-SPAN cameras as the Republicans started taking a verbal beating. This is really, really strange. Steny Hoyer, who's a Democrat from Maryland, attempted to call for a vote to extend the payroll tax cut to middle-class and working Americans. You would think something Republicans would be in favor of. And the speaker, the acting speaker, basically tried to just continue closing the session. And the cameras all of a sudden, first the audio, and then the cameras were just shut off. Now, immediately after this happened, and I'll play it for you, C-SPAN tweeted, "We don't control those cameras. It wasn't us. It's not a technical glitch. The office of the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, cut off the cameras." They didn't want this verbal beating, apparently, to be seen. Here is how it went. You ready for this, Louis?
I'm ready.
I'm sure in preparing for the show, you saw this video already.
Of course.
It's adjourned until 10 a.m. on Friday,
Mr. Speaker,
December 23,
Mr. Speaker,
2011.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask for unanimous consent that we bring up the bill to extend the tax cut for 160 million Americans. As you walk off the floor, Mr. Speaker, you're walking out, you're walking away, just as so many Republicans have walked away from middle-class taxpayers, the unemployed, and very frankly as well,
so this continues for
from
a little
those
bit.
Who will be seeking medical assistance
And then
from
the
their
audio gets
doctors,
cut.
48 million senior citizens. We regret, Mr. Speaker, that you have walked off the platform without addressing the issue of critical importance to this country, and that is the continuation of the middle-class tax cut, the continuation of unemployment benefits for those at risk of losing them, and the continuation of the access to doctors for all those 48 million seniors who rely on them daily for their health. And I am pleased to yield to my friend, Mr. Van Hollen.
Well, thank you, Mr. Boyd.
So there the audio gets cut. And then eventually this fades to a shot of I think it's the Capitol building outside. Let's see where that goes. It does, yeah. So this is absurd for a number of different reasons. But remember, C-SPAN wanted more cameras and more control over cameras at the Capitol. And John Boehner specifically said, no, we're not going to do that. And this is a question of, are the cameras there to film what's happening in the House and Senate? Or are the cameras there to film what John Boehner wants filmed in the House and Senate? I think
that's pretty clear now.
I guess now it is pretty clear. They're there to film what John Boehner wants filmed. And conservatives, much like cockroaches and burglars, like to work in the dark. They want to be unobserved. And it's probably for a pretty similar reason. They don't want anybody knowing what the hell they're up to. Mm-hmm. I think that's really what we can draw from this.
Yeah, I don't understand what the point of C-SPAN is if anyone who's being filmed has control over the cameras and the audio.
Well, the point is to create a very specific narrative. And there's people defending John Boehner over this. There are people saying, the guy, there was really nothing happening. I mean, technically they were out of session. The guy had hit the gavel and they were out of session. Well, but hold on. Who does C-SPAN work for? I thought C-SPAN worked for the people, not for John Boehner.
Mm-hmm. And what else is C-SPAN going to show? What are they going to cut to? Highlights of the game?
Absolutely, Louis. A brilliant point. Louis is agitated by this.
I am. It's frustrating.
So that's what's happening there. And please stop defending John Boehner. This is ridiculous. Unless you, the thing that irritates me is this: the people who defend John Boehner here then start talking about freedom of speech. And I know it's freedom of speech doesn't apply when it's a cable channel deciding what to air. But the idea that politicians who support freedom of speech would want to limit politically inconvenient video from being put out of them throughout the course of the legislative day, mm-hmm. It seems to be a little bit of hypocrisy, a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the people that are fans of John Boehner because they love tanning booths,
right,
and bad tan sprays, but
or crying,
or crying,
drunken.
Yeah, if you like crying and acting and orange skin, I can understand that. But when it comes to politics, this guy is just a nightmare.